Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy Monday to you all. Hopefully, you enjoyed your weekend. Hopefully, you are enjoying the start of your week. Hopefully, it's off to a good one. We have got the rest of the SHINee release to check out. SHINee, along with the title track Hard, dropped a 10-track studio length album, their 8th studio length album. I mean, you've been active for, 15 odd years. Understandable to have that many albums, but this is a proper album listen. We're going to go through, well, proper, kind of with an asterisk. We're going to go through the 8 other songs that we have not heard on the album yet. So, fresh off of watching the MV for Hard, which was a whole ass experience. And of course, we checked out the song The Feeling as it dropped for a pre-release, 2 weeks ago, something like that. So we have 8 more songs to go. So we have, we have got Juice, we have got 10x, or 10 times. And we've got Satellite, we've got Identity, we have got Like It, we have got Sweet Misery, we've got Insomnia, and the final song, Gravity. Now, I'm going to be reading, song credits for every single one. I'm going to actually use Genius today instead of the Reddit one, so that I can, if there's a producer name that I don't know or that I want to confirm like what other songs they've done in the past, I can just kind of look it up while the song's playing. So, here we go. Now, the thing is, this is an SM album. And I am 0 I don't know what the number is in terms of SM albums for like content ID, things like that. So, this is 99% going to be over on the P-Cloud. So, hello P-Cloud. Which unfortunately means I can't put time codes into when the song is playing. So sincerest of apologies for that. If you came over from the YouTube, it's just I don't know how to do it. I don't know if there's even a feature for it on P-Cloud. I haven't really gotten the chance to look into it properly. But if by some miraculous reason this ends up staying on YouTube, timeline below is going to be chapter based off of whatever song we're listening to. So enough dilly-dallying, let's jump right into the first song. Track number 2, Juice. Production and written credits by Kenzie, and we got a Dem Joints track on our hands. And then Adrian McKinnon, who has worked on songs like Super M's Jobbin', Tens Paint Me Naked, EXO's Obsession, 90s Love, Tempo, Lotto, Baekhyun's Candy, and NCT 2020's Resonance. Just a resident SM staple. So here we go. Yeah, at the time 내려봤지 이게 아까워 victory 너무 내 style so unique 매 순간 네 빛나 네 안에 휘몰아친 그 안에 폭풍을 봐 가져버린 이 감정은 뭐야 이건 뭐야 속도를 감당할 수 없어 내 삶에 기운 켜진 그 사람이 너라는 걸 깨달은 순간이란 걸 매 순간 모두 가진 널 어떻게 원치 않아 답을 해줘 말을 해 baby 어떻게 Tell me what to do I think you like me I think you like me Oh my goodness You got the juice now I think you like me I think you like me I think you like What you got? 넌 알지 달콤한 삶의 정수 그 핵심 들이마셔 취했지 We going juice I cannot get over the fact that this just for me does not feel like a SHINee release to me. I mean, hearing Onyo's voice is gonna bring me back into the SHINee world. I think you like me. I think you like me. But it just I think you like Is this the like 2020s era sound that SM are just gonna go for?
change the scenery, shall we?
같으라면 난 이곳에 너를 걷지 또 갑자기 춤을 추며 뛰어다니겠지
Get smooth on it one time, okay.
내 눈을 보며 말해줘 I think you like me I think you like me I think you like me You got the juice man 피부라친 너의 빛깔 내 먼저 뛰게 한지 나리 지나매 그만 싫어져 다음이 뭔지 말해줘 그런 향기 그런 컬러 You got the juice got the juice 시작해볼까 난 전부 걸어
Why is this song giving me Lil Nas X Montero vibes too? Something about that melody in the chorus is giving me Lil Nas X Montero vibes. I wonder if it's like the key and the rhythm. Huh. Again, is this a Kenzie thing? Because Hard was a Kenzie track as well, wasn't it? Yeah. It was Kenzie, Andrew Choi, and Nosecat on Hard. Is this like a... I genuinely don't know. I'm conflicted. Maybe it's because I've been really getting into or trying to learn NCT in these past few months that it's just like really prevalent in my mind, but I'm not getting that like SHINee feeling from it, if that makes sense. At least off of Hard and Juice, I don't feel the shininess. In the feeling, that's a different story. The feeling was very just energetic, but also that kind of melodic experimental side of SHINee was like View. But this is experimental SHINee on a whole different scale. And it just... Maybe it's because it has been so long since we've had a SHINee, like a group SHINee release, and that, every single member's had a solo release at some point. Like, Mino made a solo debut, Keys had Gasoline. He's had 3 solo releases. Onyu had his solo, and it's like, because I have the individual members in my head, maybe I'm forgetting what they sound like put together, but... No, I feel like I could hear 127 on this exact same backing track, and it'd be fine. We'll see if I feel the same way on the other songs, because I think Juice and Heart are the only Kenzie tracks. Yeah. So I'm gonna leave that point up in the air a little bit, and we'll just move on to the next song. In the meantime, this is 10x, or 10 times, or however the actual pronunciation of it is. We've written by Lee Hyung-suk of PNP, Andreas Oberg, Ninos Hana, Felix Beck, and Rico Green. Okay, I'm gonna do some research while the song's playing, so here we go.
Oh yeah, you ready? Ooh, let's get it. Ay, moonlight, yeah. 파랗게 찔린 긴장감 속 밀려온 짙은 feelings. Yeah, 한껏 들이마신 뒤에 경고도 없이 덮쳐오는 너를 난 또 피해. Mischief 여긴 반칙 따윈 없지. 서로 간의 틈을 노린 날카로운 눈빛. 스산한 공기와 좁혀진 거리. 목덜미부터 퍼져오는 섬뜩한 느낌. 정막은 깊고 차가워진 땀이 맺혀.
Oh, this is a style switch. It's also kind of groovy.
시간도 잊은 채 내게 이끌려 Show me a better way 끝나지 않는 이 밤 같이 나타난 좁고 또 쫓기는 서로의 맘 거부할 수 없어 난 You know 안쓰럽게
Wow. Hit the harmonies one time. 10 times, got it.
시간도 잊은 채 내게 이끌려 Surely a better way 멈출 수 없는 이 밤 갖지 못한 뺏고 또 뺏기는
I always forget what the specific name for this genre is.
아슬하게 Oh baby
It's so smooth though. I love the layered vocals here.
그 소리만 들리게 해줘 Baby yeah, yeah. 10 times 어떻게 10 times 10 times 어떻게 10 times 10 times 어떻게 10 times 10 times 10 times Oh yeah 10 times 어떻게 10 times 10 times 10 times 어떻게 10 times Oh yeah 10 times 어떻게 10 times 10 times Oh yeah
Oh, we are getting spicy with the chords. So this song is mixed a little bit louder than the other ones.
하나둘씩 잃어가 어두운 눈 서로를 삼켜낸 그 그림자 전부를 내 맡겨버린 이밤 벗어나고 싶지 않아 꼼꼼하게 Hey
Very funky. Wow. Okay. It's in terms, if we're talking like if this was written on paper, oh, there are some spicy chords. Indeed, the beat is really funky. Kind of like it's like a modern take on the retro, like urban funk scene, almost, if you will. Quite like it. It's a bit charming. It's got a nice flow to it. But the vocals, I love the stacking on the vocals. And the kind of production behind it, the groove, I can understand kind of where the groove is coming from, considering the, oh, excuse me. I just had lunch. But, considering the kind of people involved with this song, so like, Lee Hyung-suk, on Eve Psyche and the Bluebeard's Wife, Impurities, Key's Villain, and Guilty Pleasure, Onu's Always, Andreas Oberg is on Suju's Lo Siento, Red Velvet's Feel My Rhythm, Drama Rama by Monsta X, Oompa Oompa by Red Velvet, Nino's Hana is on Hot Sauce, RM Still Life, NCT Dancing in the Rain, 127's Breakfast, Key's Gasoline, Felix Beck. This is like his second song, which is very cool. And then Rico Green is on something like EXO's Bird, 127's DJ. Sundiamond J Soul Brothers 100 Seasons, which is not a song I was expecting to see today, but it's, oh, I don't know. I like the depth of the vocals on this one. As a vocal connoisseur myself, I say that jokingly, but as a fan of vocals, I love the layering of it. I love the production and the layering behind it. And also the repeated 10 times line from Mino, 10 times, 10 times, is so catchy and is so addictive. Okay, good start. Next up should be Satellite. Yes. Written by Park Tae-won, Shari Short, Rolo, and Josh Kumbi. Here we go.
산산조각이 난데도 닿을 때까지 이대로 널 향해 전부 타올라 Oh I feel like a satellite
Oh.
습관이 돼버린 듯해 주위만 빙빙 돌다 끝내 돌아선 채 내쯤에 또 반복할게 똑같은 전개 oh. 내게 지루해 눈밖에 나버린 사라진 별 아무것도 못하고 잊혀질 순 없어 With you
계속 날 보고 있어줘 넌 네 곁으로 날아서 부서진 채 남겨줘도 좋니 oh no
갈라지는 소리에 그냥 오로지 너에게 몸을 맡겨 Don't have to worry 막을 수 없어진 짧은 거리까지
Oh, yeah.
상상 조각에 만들고 닿을 때까지 이대로 널 향해 전부 타올라 Oh I feel like a satellite
Oh my goodness.
부딪혀 모두가 나를 가리켜 멈출 수 없이 타올라 Oh I feel like a satellite
Oh, the vocals are soaring into space.
끝없이 이어지는 고민 좁히지
Not gonna lie, that chorus was kind of magical.
당연한 척 매일이 But I really hate it 용기 없이 제일 뒤 멀리서 wait for you 또 핑계를 대는 이유 모를 거야 from my point of view Cause you're beautiful 이대로 내게 닿을 수 있을까 yeah. 날 보고 있어줘 무겁게 쌓아놓은 감정들까지 내게 전부 던지고 봐 커지는 빛이 되어 hold 갈라지는 소리에 그냥 오로지 너에게 몸을 맡겨 Don't have to worry 막을 수 없어진 짧은 거리까지 상상 조각에 만들고 닿을 때까지 이대로 널 향해 전부 타올라 Oh I feel like a satellite 온몸을 내게 부딪혀 모두
Like a satellite.
몰아치는
Wow.
바람에 빛으로 잠겨
There's something indescribably magical about that chorus. Also, this song is quiet now than the last one.
폭발한 감정이 충돌한다
Slide it up. Like a satellite. Oh, now wait a minute here. Oh, this one might be a little gem for me, you know. Wow. There's like hints. There's notes of disco in the production. And kind of like the melody that it's taking on, but it's so again a vocally rich song. Oh. It's also not a fast song. It feels pretty quick, but it's not really that quick. I feel like a satellite. Da, 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 da. Oh my goodness. And just kind of looking. I love reading like composition credits and kind of like understanding the brain of who's responsible for these songs. Like Park Tae-won's done Kaiser Rover, NCT Dream's Broken Melodies, Taemin's Be Your Enemy, Mino's Heartbreak, Key's Bound and Easy. It's like there's a whole bunch of other songs on here. Actually, it's not that even a lot. And then like comparing it with the others, like Shari Short's done Love's El Tejano, James Arthur's Treehouse, Yua's Bon Voyage, Rola's just worked on Key and SHINee related stuff. Like he features a little bit later, and then Josh Cumby's done like Olivia Rodrigo and Julia Lester's Wondering, Kygo and Rita Ora's Carry On, like, Taeyeon's Four Seasons, and it's just finding all of these kind of like different minds coming together to create something that's so. I almost want to call it experimental, purely off the basis that there's so many different pieces going on into this. But for me, now we're in the realm where this is inherently shiny for me, and I feel back at home. I was a little bit nervous after Hard and after Juice. I felt a little bit out of place, but now we're back in shiny territory. Now we're back in shiny world, and it's like, oh, they're back. They're truly back. Okay, Identity, written by Choi Yi. No, Ooh, let me try that again. Written by Choi Ji Yoon, Emily Yonso Kim, Gabriel Brandes, Cassiopeia, of course, and then Moonshine. Some of those names sound very familiar to me, so here we go.
Yeah, yeah. Identity. Under pressure. 그만 날 좀 짓눌러. 아주 지독해 now. My hands back time. 조여와 날 다시 또. 나 길 잃어. 내 향한 truth. 그저 클리셰 같을 뿐. 갈라두기엔 하루 무너졌어 내 안에 그 원. See what you want by me. 아니야 I'm on my way. 본래의 널 찾고 싶은
희미한 경계가
Oh,
나를 와
도대체 뭔데
어지럽던 시선 끝에서
oh, that is such a cool breakdown for the pre-chorus.
나를 만나지 나와
미미와는 이제야 알겠어 My identity I don't wanna hide it 어둠 속에 찾아낸 destination My identity
Oh, with the vocal slide
Don't hide it
and the vocal chop.
불어헤쳐 편견을 rob 날 묶어놓지 말고 의미 없어 정해진 role
무너뜨려다
길고 길었지 나를 향한 여정이 이건 시작일 뿐 보여 나라는 ego Hold on 또 이어지리만 기대해봐 더 스쳐간 장면상
That is so.
other side
That little syncopated lead in.
감각을 깨워 들어봐요 넘친 울림 Now 미미와는 free 이제야 알겠어
Oh my goodness. For me, song on the album so far.
어둠 속에 찾아낸 destination My identity
감춰둔 짙은 shadow Some other me Ooh, yeah.
조정했던 내 안에 그런 내 모습도 인정해
This breakdown.
This is my identity
Oh, fly on, Leonu.
My identity
어디와는 세상에도 외쳐 My identity I'm the one and only 눈앞에 쓴 마침내 찾은 answer My identity Don't hide it
Da 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 da.
Here Don't hide it I'm here
My identity
Oh, can we listen to that again? That was so good. Oh my god. Genuinely, that was so fun. That was so exciting to listen to. Oh my goodness. It's loud, it's energetic, it's in your face, and I absolutely adore this. Oh my goodness. Thing is, this song doesn't leave you a moment to breathe. It just gives you energetic injection after energetic injection. It's oh, and it's like SHINee's voices and their vocal chemistry has been honed through years and years and years of working together, right? And I know that the group no longer has the glorious vocals of Jonghyun anymore. May he rest in peace. I still miss you, bud. But even though they might not be the original five-member group from their debut days, just the chemistry vocally between all four members is so clear, and just how well they all slot in with each other. An identity in a song where they just constantly switch people in back and forth. Whether it is, Key and Onyu flying on the vocals, or Taemin and Mino spitting fire back and forth. It just, everything feels at home with the way they've been placed together and the way they've been written in together. And it's combine that with just the sheer energy of this song is just peak SHINee energy. It's like, it's not married to the music type of energy, but it's giving me similar sensations of that. And I mean, when you have people responsible for like Super M's 1, Twice's Dance the Night Away, TXT's Loser Lover, Red Velvet's Psycho, and Hypen's Bless Cursed, ITZY's Icy, Twice's Feel Special, Chungha's Bicycle, Kepler's Back to the City. Ooh, okay. Back to the City, like Hot and Cold off of the SMCU Palace album, like immaculate energy. Oh my goodness. Okay. Next up should have been The Feeling, but we listened to that as the pre-release, so we're going to skip ahead to... Oh my goodness, hay fever is kicking in full force today. This is Like It, written by 12 hours 51 minutes of very goods. Ryan S. Jun, that's a name I'm familiar with. Robin Sternberg, Johan Lindbrandt, Danny Shaw, and Jason Ock, or Jason OK. I think it's Jason Ock, but here we go.
순식간에 맘을 지배해 오감마저 삼킬 adventure 날 부르며 손짓한 그때
Kind of giving me Atlantis vibes.
그곳을 향해 나를 던져볼래 선명하게 날 이끈 튠 닿을 듯 멀어진 그 숨 한 번도 본 적 없는 세계로 데려가 넌
Lots of Western producers on this album.
푸른 빛에 낯선 느낌 I like it 파고들어도 깊이 벗어날 수 없는 눈빛 작은 손짓 따라 쫓아 널
Also, why is this song so loud?
한순간에 피어나는 feel
Why is this giving me like the love child of View in Atlantis?
이대로는 내게 맡길게 새롭게 번진 운명 같은 falling 더 세게 날 이끄는 tune 너무도 달콤한 이 꿈 이토록 간절하게 바라던 이 순간 뒤돌아보면 déjà vu 푸른 빛에 낯선 느낌 I like it
What an interesting drop. I like it though. A post-chorus? For me? Da-da-da-da-da.
손에 잡힐 듯한 판타지 망설임 없이 뛰어들어 내게 더욱 선명해진 느낌 I like it
I wasn't sure how they're gonna reintroduce that chorus. The one beat delay? Okay.
기다렸던 순간 조금 더 너를 원한 다가가 이제 더 느낌 I like it I like it like it I like it like it I like it
Oh, get busy with the electric guitar.
선명해진 느낌 I like it
Okay, okay. A little bit different, but also this may be just my ear picking this up, so please take this part with a grain of salt. But I'm definitely getting callbacks to previous SHINee tracks and things like that, which I quite like, considering View and Atlantis are kind of two fire title tracks in my opinion for SHINee. Atlantis in particular. Atlantis is tasty indeed, but there's something kind of almost tropical about it. It's like tropical house infused Atlantis mixed with View. It's like you've got the pan flute type synth and the little fills, da 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 da, and it's just a really easy to digest like tropical house song for me, which I quite like. I mean, like I don't listen to EDM as much as I did back in high school, back in the day when everyone was invested in EDM and it was like the heyday of video game YouTube back in the early to mid 2010s. Everyone was using like Monster Cat and like no copyright sounds and things like that. It was like that time when I picked up EDM, and I don't listen to it that much anymore, but I like the tropical house elements of this. It's very, I don't want to call it like outwardly summery, but it does have summer notes to it. But like talking about Western producers, I don't mean like Western producers in like the name, but like with the groups they've worked with. So like Robin Sternberg, Johan Lindbrandt, Danny Shaw, and Jason Ock. I'm looking at like the top like page viewed songs they have on Genius, and most of these are Western artists. Johan Lindbrandt has a lot of EDM credits. So I wonder if that's where the tropical house influence comes from. And the 12 hour 51 minutes is done only a handful of songs, notably Gravity's Groovy, which again, kind of that party EDM vibe, makes complete sense to me. Okay. Next up, Sweet Misery by Cho Yoon Kyung, Kella Armitage, Dex, Grant Boutin, and Francis Carell. Okay, here we go.
잊혀지거나 이미 잊혀졌거나 그 사이 어디쯤에 멈춰있거나
뭐 달라질 게 없는 너와 나의 사이
Yeah, I can't deny
흐린 기억 수면 아래 우린 멈춘 시간 속에 아직 평화로운 세상 속에 숨쉬어
I'm in sweet misery 빠져들고 싶어
Oh, this is a very subdued chorus.
놓지 않고 싶어 기억 아래 넌 환상처럼 펼쳐져 Sweet 더 깊이 꿈을 꾸고 있어
Yeah, I think I need you
Oh, it's got kind of like late night vibes. It's also got kind of cyberpunk aesthetic vibes to it.
이별이 내게 더 닿지 못하게 달아나듯이 아무것도 남지 않는 듯이
What an interesting mix.
아닌 전부 지나버린 우린 알아 I'm in sweet misery
Oh, we have a full body chorus drop the second time around. Okay.
놓지 않고 싶다
기억 아래 넌 환상처럼 펼쳐져 Sweet 더 깊이
Do you hear how wide the soundstage is for this chorus, though? There's so much space that the sound just spreads through. And it's not just a reverb thing, it's mixed to be like that, and I think that's so cool.
나를 이끌어 내게로 Baby please never let go
I'm in
Very smooth and very groovy. Oh, I like it. I like this. I like the low keyness of it. It's like, yes, that chorus the second time through is a lot more in your face, but it's not a headbanger. It's a swayer more than anything. And this kind of like swaying, like casualness of it. That's not the right word. That's the right word I want to use for it. It's one of those songs where you just kind of experience it and you don't really need to feel anything about it. You just kind of let the music take you wherever it wants to take you. And I like that. And again, it's probably a SHINee thing more than anything, but when they stack the vocals in the harmonies in the chorus sections is oh so perfect. Oh, it adds such a nice body and it adds a nice richness to it. But it still showcases every single member's vocal colors so well because every single member's voices are so different. Hey, among the 4 members of SHINee right now, there's legitimately no overlap whatsoever when it comes to vocal color. Everyone has such a different and unique and identifiable voice that putting it together is just going to have so many textures and different layers going on with it that it's going to have such a rich sound and a rich body behind it. And having a song like Sweet Misery where you have the nice broad synth chords as well really, I think, accentuates that. Oh, very much enjoyed that. Cho Young Kyung, what songs have you done? Russian Roulette, Helicopter by CLC, G-Friends Mago, EXO's Love Shot, Hot Sauce, NC Dream, 28 Reasons, Black Suit. Nice. Like it. I like it. Art Project, Picasso. Next up, Insomnia, which I may have considered my sleep schedule is always broken. Written by Kim In-hyung of Jam Factory. Heck yeah. Josh Cumbie once again, JT Roach, and Rollo once again. Here we go. A little bit spooky, possibly? Oh, I feel like we haven't had a rap leading song in a hot minute on the album, if ever. There's an injection of like lounge piano in here as well, and okay, Insomnia, kind of late vibes or late night vibes. I can dig it, even more so than Sweet Misery. Oh, the falsetto. Stack the vocals. Something about this moving bass paired with the Hammond organ type synthesizer just definitely has that like right before bed type of vibes. Also, just the pace of the song is very soothing to me.
안경 갇혀버린 tonight 허락되지 않는 good night
끝없는
I like the echo effect as well. I like that the piano might no longer be here, but you can still feel like the lounge music influence. There's the kind of Hammond organ that's back. Yeah, the Hammond organ is such an interesting instrument. The synth in the background at the end that kind of like warbles, that's, if I remember correctly, something akin to what a Hammond organ would sound like. But Insomnia, really cool song. The late night aesthetic in music is actually quite a difficult song to balance. There's a really fine line between just a slow song that turns into a ballad, or a slow song that just has a nice groove to it. With Insomnia, it just truly does feel like a song that would be at home at like 11 p.m., dimmed lights, you're getting ready for bed. Even though it's pretty busy in terms of the vocals, because, well, it's a SHINee song, kind of expect that at this point, but yeah, the vibe of it. I mentioned the lounge piano thing, and for those of you who are familiar with lounge piano, and kind of like lounge music in general, it's very low-key in a way where it's almost meant to be put on in the background or played live in the background of like a fancy meal or something like that. Or like at a fancy bar or club type establishment where it's, you know, smoking jackets, cigars, whiskey neat in really fancy crystal glasses, things like that. And while you kind of lost the typical lounge piano aspect of it in the song pretty early on, you still had the feeling of it, the sensation of it, the rhythm of it, the key that it was written in also. Like, there were some tasty chords in there scattered around here and there. Like, it's not using the same 4-chord formula as what you get in like typical pop songs. And it's got some tasty chords in there, but nothing that's so jarring that your ears go immediately into the instrumental. Your attention still very much sits on with the vocals. But the backing track, the instrumental, is tasty enough to where it's got a little bit of flavor behind, a little bit of spice, a little bit of smokiness in the air, if you will, if we want to stay on the smoking bar kind of aesthetic. I quite like it. I do. Kim In-young of Jam Factory's been on a lot of stuff, a lot of which surprisingly doesn't really fit this aesthetic, which I find very interesting. Like, they've done 17's Rock With You. I mean, LE SSERAFIM's Sour Grapes and Blue Flame, a little bit closer. No Celestials, definitely a different song. Summer 127. Promise Nine's Weather. Red Velvet's Better Be. Gugudan's Wonderland. Like, these are very high energy songs. So I like this little, like, low-key vibe one here. Okay. That takes us to final song on the album. This is Gravity. Written by, dyslexia, do not fail me now, Che Ji-yoon, there we go, Ludwig Lindell, Distract, Junie, and Oyeil. Wow, what a name. Okay, here we go. Why is this song so loud? Last song on the album being kind of a ballad-esque song makes sense. But we're really kind of riding into this late night vibe, because once again, this is kind of a late night song. Those snaps are so forward in the mix, though. A little bit distracting. Gravity. 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 Finally. I wouldn't classify this as like a blatant ballad, but it's the closest thing on the album to a ballad, and it listens exactly how a ballad should, I think. Apart from the snapping is just so far forward in the mix, it's almost distracting. I like that one of the main instruments in the instrumental section is like an pretty acoustic sounding piano sample. Gravity. Gravity. Finally. 익숙해져 버린 맘인걸 너도 알까 멀리 있어도 난 널 끝도 없이 찾아나 You can't push me, just put me 끌어당겨 날 거부 못해 you are mine Gravity 중력처럼 넌 당겨 날 Gravity 설명이 안 돼 can't describe Gravity 결국인 밤의 끝에 난 Follow me 너와 함께인 듯해 Oh, and a very graceful ending. Yeah, very ballady. Lots of traits of a ballad. Very smooth vocals, very nice melody. The snapping is... I'm not gonna sit on that for too long, but lots of vocal moments in this. Not just stacking, but like little runs, little back and forths. But for me, it's like, even though it is a ballad, it has that singability to it, especially the repeated gravity motif in the chorus. It's something about human nature, and I never took like advanced human psychology, so I don't really know why this happens, but we as humans absolutely love to join in when there's like a group of people doing something. Whether it's, clapping along, snapping along, singing along, humming along, stomping along, whatever it may be. We as humans, especially when it comes to music, when we hear a group of people doing the same thing together, our brains just automatically think, hey, I need to join in too. I don't know why that's the case, but Gravity has so much of that. Hey, this entire album has a lot of those moments, and that's, I think, kind of a SHINee staple to have like a unison chorus in a way. But Gravity, I feel like, was a lot more noticeable than the other songs on the album. Predominantly because it is such a slower song. And it is that kind of like gentler song. But for me, it really does have a lot more of the kind of... It has the draw of something that you need to sing and like snap along to more than the other songs on the album, which is interesting because typically ballads do not have that feeling. Ballads have the kind of more swaying back and forth motion, not the singing along element, which I find very interesting. what I also find very interesting is like the people involved with the composition of this song. As not everyone has songs of this nature, of this kind of like slow nature. Like Ludwig Lindel's done like Run BTS, BTS's Moon, Balgama, Red Flavor, Itzy's Icy, Zimzalabim, Swipe, The Boys Maverick. Like these are high intensity songs. Distract has done Double Not Alcohol Free. I guess GOT7's Encore is a little bit closer. Junie's done Hot Sauce, Mark's Child, Kai's Super M's Tiger Inside, Hello Future by NCT Dream, and then Oi Oi. Oh my goodness, what a name! Those songs by OIL. Tens Paint Me Naked, Two Baddies, Favorite. Like, this is a group of composers that have come together who are kind of known for high intensity songs that have made this kind of slow piece, which is so interesting to me. Okay. I know this might have seemed like a little bit more. Ow, hold on. Ow, okay. A little bit more scuffed than usual just because I'm doing like the album or the song credits in the both beginning and like the end of each song. But I feel like when it comes to SM groups and their music, the kind of production team behind their music is always really interesting to me. Just like kind of the range the producers have, but also, SM have had some ridiculously talented groups in their history, right? With some iconic songs. The discography that all of these SM groups have are extensive. And the fact that these artists that have covered different SM groups in the past can, jump onto different groups and kind of work on a sound that's like set for each group, I find really interesting. I've always found music production, like that side of it, very intriguing to me, even though I never like went to school for it or anything, and I don't really do it as a hobby either. I just find it interesting. So, very cool to see all that come together. But as for the album itself, holy crap, what a trip that was. Genuinely, the first two songs, like Hard and Juice, are such a red herring for me. Because they do not feel like SHINee tracks, especially compared to the other 8 songs on this album, do not feel like SHINee tracks at all. But for me, oh man, Satellite and Identity, oh my goodness. And then, was Like It the one that was kind of summery? Um, yeah, it's like the summary combination of View and Atlantis. Yeah, this like middle block of songs from like I mean, 10 times I could throw in there, but realistically, I'd probably put Satellite Identity, The Feeling, and Like It in my like top 4 for the album. And it is like the middle 4 songs on the album too, which I find very interesting. But oh, okay, okay, I can get behind that. I am definitely going to be listening to Satellite on repeat. Same with Identity, I have a feeling. But man, it's just so cool that SHINee are back, man. Like this kind of resurgence of second generation in the last like couple years has been so cool. As someone who like first found K-pop in that like second gen peak but didn't really listen to it, it's really cool that I get to experience these groups again. It's like we have what Yukis coming back later this week. Sunkyu of Infinite's having a release later this week. I think it's on the same day as the Yukis release. Also, Infinite's rumored to have an anniversary comeback at some point. We had Girls' Generation last year. We had After School through MMTG a little while ago. We had Kara doing a return last year, and it's so cool, man. You know what I really want from this summer though. I know it's not SM related, but I would love, like, sticking on the trend of these like second gen groups coming back, is to have a Sistar summer comeback. I feel like that would just be the cherry on top of the second generation like resurgence cake. Oh my goodness. But anyways, enough waffling. I have kept you all for long enough. Thank you all for listening along with me. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did, whether this ended up on YouTube or P-Cloud. I don't actually know. Most likely on P-Cloud. But regardless, one last request from me today. Let us work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world. Whether it be, checking with your friends and family, holding the door open for somebody, even picking up a piece of trash off the street. Just one small act of kindness that may brighten up someone else's day to day. And know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I will always be a friend, an ally, and a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.